Welcome back. John Dunham is an economic forecaster who was working in Tower 3 across from the Twin Towers when the first hijacked plane crashed into the towers last week. He's a money man. He's going to talk about money, but before we get to that, we're going to talk to your personal story of flight from the Twin Towers. What happened, John?
Well, it was actually strange, to say the least. We were at a conference. It was an Association of Business Economists conference going on at the Marriott, which is Building 3. And there was a loud bang. The building began to shake, and the lights dimmed. I thought a transformer had blown out or something, and just kind of sauntered out of the building. Got to the front doors of the Marriott, and the police and security guards had blocked the front doors. Everyone was trying to get out, but they blocked the doors because debris and flames and things were falling out of the sky in the front. I went out to the side door, which goes onto Liberty Street, and Liberty Street was on fire. There were chunks of debris falling, cut up people walking all over the place. I was able to grab, actually I got all of my staff out. We had 4 people there, and we all got out okay. Got across the street and began to get on the cell phones to call people, let them know we were okay. We found out a plane had hit the towers. So at that point, the panic just stopped. Everyone thought, oh my God, it's been a terrible accident. But people calmed down and started to watch what was happening.
Until a few minutes later.
Well, it got bad when people started jumping. But I thought that would be the worst thing I'd ever see until I heard this loud noise as a plane gunned its engine. The plane was like it was taking off and came into the tower. It was like it was sucked into the tower. And that's when everyone's feet just sort of did their stuff, and we all moved as far as we could from buildings.
Unbelievable. John, thanks for sharing that personal account. Let's turn to money matters right now. Stock markets yesterday sliding. Consumer confidence not looking real good right now. What's your prediction for consumer confidence, and where are we headed?
Well, right now I think it's important that economists, that people in the media take time to look at this in a rational way and slow down and not just start throwing out numbers. We've been predicting up until now that the economy was going to turn around in the fourth quarter and be very strong in the first part of 2002. Now we're concerned about that, particularly because of the war issues that are going on. We don't know what's going to be happening in terms of mobilization of troops, in terms of the cost of the war. So right now we have to be very careful. Obviously consumer confidence has been weak, and it's going to be weakened by this. So I was out, getting away from the smoke this weekend. I went out to some of the suburbs of New York, and people were out shopping, people were out living their lives.
Yeah.
They were doing what they need to do.
Physically see it, it's easier to think that we're moving on.
Absolutely, and I think people have to do that. People's expectations are extremely important right now. And the world has not, the economy has not changed that much, as long as people have good expectations about what's going on.
John, tell me about this. Do you think it was more important for the market to rally yesterday or just to open?
Well, it would have been very nice if the market rallied. We expected the market would be down about 6% yesterday, and it was. I think it's extremely important that the market opened, particularly for New York City, because New York depends on Wall Street and the financial industry. But we have to remember also, the market is not a person, it's not a place, it's a process. And over time, that process will work its way out, and the market will value itself the way it should be valued.
We talked earlier, years ago, you did a study on the importance of the World Trade Center to the economy.
Yes.
What were some of the findings of that study?
Well, I used to work for the Port Authority, actually, and I want to send out a real quick message to my friends and people I worked with at the Port Authority. I hope they all got out okay. I have not heard, and we were very concerned about them. We did a study of the Trade Center. We found that about 55,000 people work in and around the World Trade Center in the properties. So it's very good that most of them did get out. The Trade Center and the surrounding properties account for about 25% now of Lower Manhattan's office space. It's now either gone or unoccupiable. It's going to be hard for the city to recover from that, but it will. And fortunately, there's a lot of office space vacancies in the city and around the city right now because of the .com situation. And I think businesses are going to get through this, and when the Trade Center gets rebuilt, when downtown Manhattan gets rebuilt, the businesses will be back, because this is still the greatest city in the world.
Do you think we should rebuild them real quick, yes or no?
I think we should rebuild something. Okay. I don't know if the World Trade Center as it stood would be economically the best thing to build.
But we need the space.
But we need the space, and we need to rebuild.
John, thank you very much. Glad you're with us.
Thank you.